Now, you can't just call yourself an expert. You gotta earn that title. And at Wingstop, we've been earning it for decades. Want the secret? Start from scratch. Make to order. Sauce by hand in one of 11 mind-melting flavors. Serve hot with scratch-made ranch. Repeat for over 20 years. That's how you become an expert. Wingstop, the wing experts.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Romey-Mak of, obviously Romey-Mak 2 Cents. But this is my second interview for Romey-Mak 2. Romey-Mak 2 Cents presents the interview. Wow, tongue-tied there, it seems. But definitely want to introduce you to the first of the two guests that will be on today's episode of the interview for the E&J show. You know him very well from being a guest on the Romey-Mak 2 Cents, sometimes on the Locker Room, but none other than the host of the one half of the E&J show, Evan E of E&J. But welcome back, man, to the show, man. This is my second episode of doing the interview, so I'm pretty excited about it, man. Obviously, I known you guys, roughly, all my adult life, So we all got pressed for time, so we'll get this thing rolling. We'll make sure everything is all set. But how's everything going, brother?
It's going all right, man. It's a pleasure, I ain't seen you in years, and I think with this show that we kind of reconnected on our friendship level that, was kind of missed, man. You're one of the core people that's ever gotten close to me, so I do appreciate you doing these shows, and it's wonderful, man. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Awesome, brother. Awesome, man. Well, we'll get right into the questions, man, and maybe even figure out how it'll introduce the world to how we all met. But I want to know how did you guys meet? How did you and Phillips meet?
Oh man. So back in the day, in 2002, me and John Phillips were in tech school together.
Right.
He was on it right behind me. And we met officially at Camp Bullis, where we played our basketball tournaments. So he was on team 6, and I was on team 5. And I was like, man, this white boy can shoot, man. Like, this white boy can shoot. And and he was like, man, don't let him free. He's gonna dunk on everybody. And it was beautiful because we were always on separate teams, man. But we had like that connection. Like, I respected him as an opponent because he was small, but he was fearsome. So after that, we when test school was ending, we were at our processing briefings and we were getting our assignments, and we both got in Silly Turkey, and then we both got our follow-on in Herbert Field, Florida. So we're like, man, we might as well be friends. Now we're gonna be together, and that was the start. That was it right there.
Wow, that's almost like how me and Horace met, man. It's another tech school story, but I was harassed, and I joke about that all the time. But I was we just got our room assignment, and we're walking up, to our rooms, and check into it. And Horace seen me, and he was like, "Hey, hey, bro, what's your job?" I was like, airfield management. Why? I'm real defensive because I don't know who this guy is from a can of paint, but he's like, "Hey, what's your job?" So I was like, airfield management. And he's like, cool, me too. We need to stick together. I was like, all right, I'm with that, man. I just didn't know what he was talking about at first, man. I thought he was up to something. But that's just, the environment where you come from, man. You got to be real defensive and all that, man. But I would ask you guys, what's the key to a great friendship like the one that obviously me and you have, and then the three of us? But what's the key to great friendship like the one that you two have, you and Jay?
I think, man, it's a natural thing. I don't think there's a huge key to it because it's just a natural flow. Like me and Jay, we ain't got to talk once a week. We ain't got to talk once every 2 weeks. That's my dog. I'm his dog, and no matter what's going on, man, that's what it's gonna be. But since we grew together as men, and we grew in our military career together, our military career is almost identical. So everything that we did from far as Raven and Dagger and doing all that special stuff, we did all that together. And we kind of our maturity grew together. And, we met our wives together. You still got his, lucky dog. But I think that's it, man. We just kind of connect at a molecular level where his family is my family. You know what I'm saying? My bullshit is his bullshit, and his bullshit is my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
Merton Riggs, man. Merton Riggs, man.
That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah. So let me ask you, where did the idea of doing the podcast together come from for you guys? I know we all roughly were, we started out the same, had the idea. I mean, like I said, Phillips kind of gave me that extra push I needed, man, because I was, again, afraid of how I would sound. I was afraid of fucking up being on, like, as I fucked up the beginning of this thing, but, just having that extra push to be like, yo, we need to, like the need to do this, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta get our message out there. But what was it? Where did the idea come for you guys?
Well, as you know with us, man, me, you, Jay, Chop, rest in peace, man. We have unique views, man. We have unique views on the world, and it's like I've never met somebody such as you, Jay, and Chop that was so non-biased and non-judgmental, and gave your opinion, and made it. It's unique because you have a lot of people that they talk about things and they just repeat what everybody else say, or they lean toward what everybody else is leaning toward in their neighborhood or society. But man, we know what's going on and we ain't afraid to talk about it. So the idea came when you were talking about doing yours. It was like, man, we need to do it too because. And remember the status blast I had a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember status blast?
Exactly.
It was on Facebook, and that was before I was known here, and I had a lot of people chiming in, man. You're like, man, you should do a talk show. We should really talk about this stuff because we got TV already that always talks about, certain things, but they don't hear it from the ground level. Right now, we're on the ground, and
exactly, man.
We're in the front lines reporting what's going on. And I think since we all got unique views and different experiences, then that's a perfect combination to make a good show.
Okay. I was still waiting for, obviously, for the other half to chime in. He's always a celebrity, and he has to make an appearance, when he comes in. But I will touch on a couple other things that obviously I want to know your take on it, man. How do you feel about the president since taking office?
Well, like I said before, man, I'm a patriot. I'm going to stand our Constitution no matter what, against all of these foreign and domestic. The president wasn't my pick. However, I have to support the man because he is my president. It's just now with the way things are going, I'm kind of on the fence, with our foreign policies and our policies domestically. That Planned Parenthood thing, that really hurt me, man, because that's a big slap in the face for women's rights. A huge slap in the face, man. And I'm a big advocate for women's rights. So I'm kind of disappointed in him on that aspect. And I'm also kind of disappointed in some parts of our country for accepting it. Like, where have we come from, to accept something like this? So I'm going to support the man. He's in office. You know what I'm saying? If he say go, I'm going to say where, But other than that, man, I just don't agree with some of the policies that's being pushed and some of the actions that's been taken, some of the appointments that's been made. Some of these people should not be heading any parts of our office, any cabinet position. Some of these people should not be there at all.
Okay. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of that question. How do you feel about the state of America at this current time?
Well, we are turbulent waters, man. Our biggest issue right now would be Russia. Even though we're not beefing, it's leaning toward another it's like another Cold War, so to speak. It's like a mental standoff and a strategic standoff between the powers. On the other side of it, you got Syria and North Korea acting a fool, and we don't know who to count on if something goes down. So I think the state of affairs we're in is definitely turbulent, and it could go either way. I hope it goes towards the more diplomatic, non-violent ways, but it's very possible we could be in another conventional war real soon.
Right. Okay. It definitely has you thinking and makes you wonder what tomorrow is going to bring. Literally every day in this administration, it makes you wonder what's going to happen, the next day. But I don't know, man. We definitely got to keep our ears to the ground and be leaders and make things happen. I joke about this as a question, but do you feel like Pepsi can really fix police brutality?
All right, so I finally saw the commercial, man. It was done with good intention, I think.
Yeah, and I will agree with that, man. I do agree that it was done with good intentions, but again, we live in that age, man. As we spoke, earlier on the 2 Cent show, that we have these. We take one thing and we run that shit into the ground for like a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Pepsi can definitely rebound from it. It's Pepsi. Pepsi's going to be one of the major conglomerates of soft drinks ever. They're going to stay that way for a long time. I think this is like one of the equivalent, like your white friend that don't know how to go to the hood and be normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I love all you people. I've had black people in my house. That's kind of how I felt when I saw the commercial. And I get the intent was good. I know they'll rebound from it. I guess one of those hiccups where somebody up there who made that decision was not thinking clearly, or they're severely misinformed.
Yeah, it's tragic, man, because that alone has been painted. It's bad enough that it was a Kardashian per se inside the the commercial. But, people love to hate the Kardashians, and it just gives them another reason, to just go even harder with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What's the most, man, that you've gained from the Air Force, bro? Like what I would say lessons, anything that you can pass on, obviously, to your fellow man, to your children, just the people in general. What can you gain from, what did you gain from the Air Force?
I guess I went in when I was 20, and I left Detroit. It was almost like the last resort to go to the military because I really didn't want to pay for college anymore. And I wanted to get out of the hood, really. But I would say the biggest thing I learned was how to stand on my own 2 feet because I wasn't ready for it. Like, really, when I got to basic training, it hadn't hit me that home would never be home again. That was my home at record. So I think it taught me how to lay the foundation down for my own life and my children and wife and everything that come after that. But also it gave me a different view on the world. Traveling abroad, you learn a lot about what people think about you and your country. And it is also how our country thinks about us. I guess when you go to another country, you're looking from the outside in, and you can see how people view us and what ways we could possibly fix it. But I think it's just too much money and too much bureaucracy inside it that the powers that be are the ones that move the social attitude toward everything. So no matter how you feel, if it's rational or not, you're not going to get your idea across because it ain't worth enough money. But I mean, the Air Force definitely taught me how to be a man. It definitely matured me a lot.
Yeah, that I can attest to, man. I came in as a 18-year-old, didn't know shit about the world, didn't know where I was headed, and then I came out with just the mindset of knowing how to provide for my child, which I found out about when I was in the military, and then structure of it gave me structure to life, and how things are, how things are outside of the military, where I could have ended up, sometimes where I would go home to Virginia and I would see, folks I went to school with like years before, and the, just definitely not in a good place. I'm pretty sure you can relate to, in that back, with the Detroit, shout out to the 313, B Rabbit and Cheddar Bob, all those cats out there. Papa Doc had one. We always joke about that shit. But what exactly is, the E&J show, the podcast? What is that going to target on?
Really, it's kind of like how 2 Cents is. We're going to talk about ground issues. I like to talk about social justice. I like to talk about the social diversity and all the dynamics that's going on right now, because it is forever changing. And with the emergence of social media, we have our eyes on everything now. And I think our show would touch on a lot of political issues at ground level. So, you want to know how these laws affect this part of the country. Well, we'll say, the 3 strikes law, it basically led to mass incarceration, which is what we have now. We have the overcrowding in the prisons. And who that benefits and who it hurts. Things like that. So that's what I'm trying to focus on with the show. Things that I make.
Okay. Let's see. What else can we get into? I don't know what's up with definitely try to stretch it out, man. Trying to make it sure that I get you on, and then we get Jay to kind of pick up the rest of it, man. I don't know exactly is happening with them. Let's move on a little bit. What do you feel like are some of the biggest crimes plaguing our society? And this is, obviously this is opening the door for you to go in with that, obviously domestic violence, which you're very passionate about, brother. And I really do appreciate that. I'm sure the ladies appreciate that as well, that there's someone out there that's, on the front line just to try to end this shit.
Right. So the biggest crimes plaguing our country?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would go down that road with domestic violence, but I think the biggest crimes are the ones that aren't talked about, and that's the white-collar crime syndicate that's going on. We have so much corruption with the people that control our money. It's ridiculous. And I think it separates the classes and it separates the races, and it actually controls the amount of crime in certain areas. Money is the all-time motivator of crime for the most part. Half our prison population is in there for drugs, federal and state. So drugs equate to money, and it doesn't equate to money just for those lower-level gang members or whoever's on the corner. It's to the people who's actually moving it, from country to country and injecting it into the cities. So I think the biggest crime plaguing America right now is the fact that we are not holding those people accountable at the end of the money trail. You know what I'm saying? Because Stubbs said, follow the rich white man, right? We ain't doing that enough.
Yeah, I definitely agree, man. These white collar crimes are, definitely something that's not talked about a lot, and people are not educated about white collar crimes, and not even knowing that they are, being royally raped by these people at the top. Not making light of the word rape, but just using that as a euphemism. Let's see. For you guys, man, you and Jay, man, have you guys ever fought? I would say verbally, disagreed on something very passionate, or just like, I don't know, who ate the last wing or some shit when you guys live together, or have you guys ever quarreled over anything?
Yes, we have. He's from Florida, one of the most, I'm going to say controversial, but next to Texas, Florida has the most controversial issues that ever happened that affects society as a whole. Detroit, we just another, what I'm saying, for the most part. But me and Jay have disagreed on certain things. It can go from music to political views to to relationship views and stuff like that. We have disagreed. It hasn't been anything so passionate to ruin a friendship, but we definitely we're not yes men to each other. And I think
right.
that's also a big key to a healthy friendship and a long-lasting friendship is you got somebody that's your counterpart, but also, we're not going to teach each other ass just to be friends. So, yeah, but we have gotten some debates, man. We have. Music is big. We do debate over music a lot, man. We used to do that a lot. It used to be in them, too.
Yeah. So, we'll jump right into that next one, man. So, for you being from Detroit, who is the best MC to you from Detroit? The whole city of Detroit is riding on this answer, man. So I'm gonna ask you, being from there, who would you consider to be like the spokesperson for Detroit?
Well, I guess that question to me is a little too broad because we got different. We're in different eras now. So of course I'm gonna say Eminem put Detroit on the map for rap. Not only was he a white rapper, but he was a good white rapper. And this man, from him, on his own, he put on a lot of artists in Detroit too. So I think he has the biggest influence on the rap culture that is from Detroit. And then you got Big Sean. Big Sean is an entertainer. That man is doing great things, and he's got a different sound. Him and Eminem sound completely different, but they both sound great. You know what I'm saying? And
I think we finally got your man to call in right here. So this is that epic moment, man. Let's get it on.
Oh my! What?
Could this?
What is up?
Is this Riggs? Is Riggs finally on the line?
Oh my God!
There it is, man. Murtaugh and Riggs back together on the phone at the same time. I don't know what to do with myself right now, man. We've been trying
reunited.
To do this. Yeah,
I got to tear my.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I just asked Evan, man, had you guys ever fought over anything? As far as like in your friendship, man. So yeah, he's talking about the choices in women. With you being from Florida. So I'll let you answer that question. More in depth.
Oh, have we ever fought?
Yeah.
Like what? Like I don't know. I don't think so. Right?
No, we've never actually had a debate where our friendship was in jeopardy. But we've talked about music and yeah.
I mean, we argue like it was over Madden, right?
Oh yeah, we did argue over Madden a lot. That's true.
Yeah, go and tell that story.
Man, we talk about serious stuff, man. But anyway, so you know what? This almost did end the friendship. I remember it now. We were deep into Madden, man. I think this was this is when I used Denver all the time, and it was yeah. So it was he was gonna kick a field goal, man, to try to either win the game or tie it up. Well, I don't know what was going on with it. And I'm not sure if you remember, Mac, but when on defense you can hype up the crowd, right? Yeah. You put R3 and like the crowd up, and it'll zoom the screen out for a second.
Right.
Man, I hyped the crowd right when he hit that meter, and it messed
him
up.
As soon as I hit the meter.
Wide left.
But he's never done that. He's never hyped the crowd up at all, ever.
I never needed him to then.
Exactly.
So he was pretty mad, man. And I was trying to tell him I didn't cheat. I didn't mean to do it. And I'm sorry. I will vacate the win.
Yeah. Let me before Evan get out of here, man. I want to make sure I ask both of you guys this question at the same time. What's the scariest thing you've witnessed in the Air Force while on deployment, if you're able to speak on, as much as you're able to speak on, that is?
Go first.
Now I'm trying to think, man. Honestly, nothing really too crazy. I mean, you get used to it after a while, like in Iraq. Maybe like the first 2 or 3 times you get mortared, but after that, it gets kind of annoying after that.
Right. Bad aim. So you guys never, nobody's ever fired at you guys or anything like that.
I mean, it was mostly indirect fire, so you don't really get used to it,
The scariest thing that happened, it was too. We left the defect bombed that night. We got murdered that night, and it killed I think 4 or 5 people that worked at the defect. I think they were Indian and Pakistani or something like that.
Right.
And that was kind of because we were in there that night. Also, when the farmer came out and told us about the IED that was on the road, we were about to patrol, and that was scary too because there was situations where it was a routine thing, and somebody put something out there, and the farmer told us that it was something out there. So EOD went out there and got it, and it damn sure was. So, yeah.
Okay. That's just you guys both being cops. Where's the stigma of cops eating donuts? Why is it that I don't really know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you guys can help the listener. Why would that be? Donuts is the snack of choice for a cop.
The snack of choice. Yeah, I've honestly no idea, man. I've never eaten a donut while on patrol or anything.
Yeah, I've never craved donuts or anything. I mean, that's it.
To be honest, I think it's maybe because there's maybe overweight or something. A lot of cops overweight.
Well, they still a lot of cops wake up and drink coffee and they get donuts. Donuts and coffee go together. I don't drink coffee, so I never had the urge to go and get a fucking case of donuts every morning.
Me neither. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. That wasn't my first thing when I woke up. Was like, oh man, I need a donut.
Lays all over my face.
And
yeah, right.
I had asked Evan before you got on the line, Jay. But what I'll ask this question? It's a different question, but roughly still the same. But what do you hope to obtain from this podcast, the E&J show?
I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Because honestly, we haven't even put out a show yet, and it's kind of hard to link up since we both are pretty hectic in our lives,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think people would enjoy just to hear two good friends talk on the radio,
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, we've been friends for like 15, 16 years?
Yep.
Yeah, majority of it was in the military, so we got some good stories to share.
Yeah, I've heard Evan's tale of how you guys met, but what's your tale of how you guys met?
I think we met. That was at Camp Bullis, right? Yep, and I'm pretty sure I hit probably about 12 threes that game.
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. I just remember that was the only good thing to do, man. After being at Bullis, there was nothing to do out there, right? Besides play basketball.
Play ball team on team.
Yeah, I think you were a week ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just remember, because Evan was skinny as hell back then, and I don't know, he just played different than what I'm used to. I guess that's Detroit style basketball or something.
Yeah.
But he was like a little Dwayne Wade back then.
Pretty much, man.
All right. I don't know how much time we got left with you, E, before you got to go.
I got my bike now, so I'm about to jump out about 5-10 minutes. I just got my bike out the shop, man. Got a new rim put on the front. It's a big 21-inch. Got my oil changed and all that good stuff, and man, I'm ready to get on this mug.
Yeah, that, man.
I think we got what? We got together?
Huh?
You said what? 20 minutes left?
No, like 5.
Well, yeah, like 5. Yeah,
oh,
like
man.
5 minutes, man. What I want to get. Do you feel like the Pistons are a forgotten dynasty in NBA barbershop debates? You being the Pistons fan that you are.
Nah, man, we haven't been forgotten. Of course, it's been a while, since, 2004?
Yeah.
We beat the Lakers.
Are you talking about? Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
We're still rebuilding, man. We are rebuilding, and ain't nobody forgot about us in Detroit, but of course around the the country, Detroit's are not really talked about much. So, yeah, it hurt.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Are you talking about the old school Pistons or the 2004?
I would say really just definitely referring to like Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Vinnie Johnson, Rick Mahorn, and Beard. Because you don't really hear them being brought up most of the times in like barbershop. I would say basketball debates these days, obviously because the kids are more concerned about either the more concerned with Kevin Durant and LeBron, Steph Curry, than that even Michael Jordan, which is still puzzles me to this day. That someone who has reshaped the game the way that he did, got people wearing his damn shoes. Still to this day wearing his shoes like they came out yesterday, and you just don't hear people talking about that dynasty, because if it wasn't for that team, there would be no Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It was that team that brought the best out of Michael Jordan. So it's you gotta take the good with the bad. My question for Jay is, will the Bucks make the Super Bowl with this current roster?
who?
This one right here without any additions? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think they need to work on getting a better defensive line for sure. They just can't. Last year was all about the pass rush. They couldn't really get to the quarterback too much,
Yeah.
So hopefully, if they draft some defensive linemen, that's where they need to start, I think.
Okay.
But as far as the Super Bowl, not this year. I don't think so.
Yeah. What about So this year coming up, what do you feel like you guys need out of the draft to really make to make that surge to the Super Bowl?
Us or the Bucks?
I would say the
Bucks.
Bucks. What would the Bucks
The Bucks
need?
need defensive linemen for sure. Someone to help out McCoy.
Okay. And what about you, E? Before we let you go, what do you think the Lions need to make the Super Bowl? You got new uniforms. You got no problem doing that shit. But
you know what?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. You can afford new uniforms.
I saw it on the NFL memes page. It said now they can look good missing the playoffs. So I was like, oh wow. That was not fair at all. But I think we are one or two components away, man, for having a big playoff push. We have the firepower to do it. But I think our defense staggers so hard. Our secondary needs some work. If it's from injuries or what, but we do need some work. We did sign 2 key players, man, that might help that out. But Matt Stafford is literally one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's been one of the best since he's been there. So it ain't the quarterback; it's just us. We have to execute down the line, and fuck Green Bay. Yeah. That's all. That's all we got.
Yeah, you got a lot more options these days, man. Let's see what else I can get with both of you here. Who has influenced you the most in your life? I'll go with Evan, man, just in case you got a role. But who's influenced you the most throughout your life?
Oh, I hate to sound cliche, man. My dad. My dad, I watched him go from weed head, pastor of church, man. I watched him womanize and all that stuff, and he came out of all that to become probably one of the kindest hearted men I've ever met in my life. All he does is help people. So, my dad has his own church that he pays for, and he welcomes anybody in. And if he might need help, man, he'll definitely reach out and find somebody to help that person if he ain't got it. So I try to model my life like his, because it's a lot more gratifying to give to somebody that's taking all the time. Watching somebody that $30 can change their life when I can spend that on Hennessy and Red Bull in one night. So yeah, definitely that.
Okay. And same question for you, Jay.
let me see here. Let me see. Probably the same thing, my dad, but on the reverse side, he was really never there. So he he pretty much, made it a point to be a good father when I had kids and do everything opposite he did. So, and I mean, yeah, that would be the biggest thing, is just to learn from his mistakes and probably never do that in my life,
Right. Okay. What's the hardest part being a cop? For, I would say, both of you, with Jay being the current cop. Yeah. What's the hardest part of being a cop for you?
The hardest part is. Oh, you can go. Go ahead.
Oh, I would say discretion. The
Yeah.
cone of discretion starts with the police, and the hardest part is, do you want to take it that far? So if you pull somebody over or you stop somebody with drugs or whatnot, do you want to give them that warning and send them off their own, or do you want to take them all the way? And then you have you are the catalyst in somebody's freedom. So I think the hardest part is definitely discretion, and try not to be biased while you're doing it. Because, with the way society is, bias is a huge part of policing, and it's a very bad part because it's discriminative. And a lot of people are being held in charge on for arbitrary reasons instead of facts. And I don't know, I think that's the hardest part, man, using that discretion.
Yeah, discretion's hard. I mean, the hours, stress, family life, majority of, and plus the pay. You don't really get paid a lot as being a cop, and you got a high-risk job, and you're putting your life on the line, and the media is bashing everything, and you know how they spin a lot of situations.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a tough job for the amount of pay you actually earn and the amount of respect you go under on the streets. So, I mean, it's just a tough job in general.
Wow. So with that being said, man, would you want your children to become a cop?
Nope.
If that can go for either one of you, would you want your children to become a cop?
No.
You wouldn't, Evan?
No.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. If that's something they are passionate about, I wouldn't stop them from doing that. But I mean, that's got to be probably your life passion, I guess, to actually do law enforcement, because you're not going to make a lot of money at all.
Okay. So for you, E, it's no thank you. You're not with it.
No, I'm not really with it. Of course, if that's something they want to do, I'm not going to stop them from achieving their dreams. But I would definitely support something more. If you want to be in the criminal justice system, there's more things you can do than be law enforcement. Because being in the military, man, you know how we were, man. Shift work sucks, man. It really sucks.
Yeah.
No matter how.
I'm still doing it, man.
So
Yeah, me too.
I'm not
So we
doing
do what we can to make this thing work, man.
I need my weekends.
Yeah, we gotta. I mean, you gotta feed the family, so.
Yeah, I feed my daughter who lives in Detroit, so it's it's a work in progress, man. So hopefully she receives all those things that we're working to, I'm working towards every day, every hour, every minute to make sure that she has everything that she needs. May not have everything she wants, but definitely everything that she needs. For you guys, man, really, I really just got like two more questions, man. And this interview is roughly done. So definitely glad both of you guys can make the interview. But what is your 5-year goal for yourself? And I'll go with you first, Jay.
That's tough. Man, 5 years from now? Well, first of all, I'm going to be 42, so, man. Let's see. If I can, my 5-year plan is to hold on to this hairline as long as I can.
All right.
That's probably the biggest battle. Yeah. That's the biggest battle I have right now as a 37-year-old. You can't wear hats to every event, you know?
That's true.
Sometimes you got to put a suit on, and you can't wear a hat.
Right. Can't cover it up, man.
So you can't cover it up, and not everybody can pull off the shaved head look, you know?
Yeah. Well, somebody had to do it, and I volunteered myself at 22 to knock it out, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying some people just it looks natural, you know, with a shaved head. Some people they look sick, to be honest.
And they ain't gonna work for me, man. I'm gonna hold on to what I got until it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already thinning toward the back, so.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
it's thinning in the back.
Hard, man. Huh?
Yeah.
It's like on the top toward the back. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. I'm trying to fight it off, man. I'm getting all these shampoos and stuff, and I'm trying to fight it. You know, I gotta.
Yeah. So E, what would be your 5-year goal for yourself, man?
Well, I'm looking at, I graduate next month, man. So I'm trying to find out what career path I'm gonna go down. Either I'm gonna choose a career that already exists, or I'm gonna create my own type of thing. But people need help here, man. They need help a lot, and it's not a lot of things out here for people to do when they're strung out, or they're getting beat on, or they're coming out of jail and they still, trying to live with as a felon or a sex offender and stuff like that. These people, we have a big need for transitional housing here, and I don't think we're doing enough to help those people that need that transition. So, in 5 years, I want to have.
Yeah.
So are you going to do? Oh no, I was just asking. Are you going to do? You going to try to? You said you wanted to go to law school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. So you probably got how many more years of school then?
Well, law school won't be 2.5 more years. Close to 3.
2.5.
But
it's a lot of school, man. A lot of schooling.
Man. Once you like, I'm already in the school mode. So if I can continue on, I'll just continue on.
Why don't you guys just change the name of the show from the E&J show to the Law and Order show? I mean, you got one to be practicing law, the others, be a part of the order.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, my degree's in criminal justice too, so.
Right.
There you have it, man.
Yeah.
You guys can come on the air and be like, gung gung. That'd be
cool.
The transition to each topic.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys heard the new Kendrick?
Yeah. I downloaded it, but I haven't heard. Only thing I've heard is be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down.
Wait, is the whole album out now?
Yeah, it's out. It came out today.
All right, well, I'm about to download it right now.
That's what I did. As soon as we got off the show earlier, I downloaded it, man. Let's see. Oh, last thing, real playful with it. I think both of you guys were into The Simpsons, but do you like Simpsons or Family Guy?
Oh man, we can't do that. We can't do that because
I'm a Simpsons guy. I
love Family Guy, but Simpsons started it off, so I'm always gonna be a Simpsons fan. I can't ever compare the two, man, because it's just two different eras of comedy, animated comedy. That is. The Simpsons, they pushed the envelope back when pushing a little bit was a big deal. Now you can push real hard, you know what I'm saying, and make it still on mainstream TV. So Family Guy and South Park, they push it real hard, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like the shows. I love them actually. But The Simpsons like the Tupac of the animated shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's like, I like Chris. I like popsicles. I got a load of popsicles. You know it, man. And being you the Simpsons fan, you gotta do Krusty's laugh for me, Evan, man. I ain't heard it in a while, bro. You gotta do it, bro. Whoa. That's stupid, man. You're an idiot, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man, we're gonna close that. Then we're gonna close out. You know, I guess what I want to both all of us saying our favorite Charlie Murphy memory, and you know, obviously in memory of him passing away, man. So I'll go with you, Jay, man. What's your favorite Charlie Murphy memory from the Chappelle Show?
Oh man, yeah, for sure. The whatchamacallit, Prince. That's the best skit ever, hands down.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to you, man. It's a good game. Yeah, for us. Bitches. We're going to count it the shirts versus the blouses. Yeah.
Man, them cats came out, man. They had the same clothes on that they had on at the club.
I'm telling you, man. Go ahead. Challenge him.
All right.
You might get embarrassed. Oh, man. Dude, but what about you, Evan, man? What's your favorite Murphy memory from Chappelle Show?
Well, I mean, Rick James is the one that I imitated word for word, man, every day. And you know, I wasn't even into Rick James at all, man, until Charlie Murphy roasted him on the show, and I was like, damn, man. And I started noticing that, you know, Rick James in a lot of movies I didn't know about. You know, I didn't know that was him that was in life for a long time.
So it comes in there, and I said, bitch, I'm Rick James.
Yeah, and Charlie Murphy, that Rick James was probably the funniest thing. I watch it still. If it came on TV, I'll sit here and watch it.
That motherfucker's stupid.
Those
are
the two. Those are the two best skits on the whole show for the most part.
Yeah, I never stepped on Eddie's couch before. I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember stepping on Eddie's couch.
So, hey, why'd you do it?
Because he could buy another one. Looking stupid, dude. Charlie, man, he's like, man, cause you hit me first. Classic, bro. That's classic stuff, man. Yeah, for me, I would say as great as that Prince and the the Rick James skit is, I love the Real World with Chad, man, and him playing one cat, bro. I didn't have sex with Katie. Yeah, you did, dog. You did have sex. Correct. I had sex with Katie. Katie got some big ass ass. That's the shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and Buck. Oh yeah, and Buck Nasty, man. Stupid fuck, man.
Oh man.
That's good times, man. Good times. I mean, I'm telling you, man, they provided a lot of memories, obviously, for us, man, in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the biggest. I didn't even really watch Comedy Central, to be honest, man. Only
me neither.
That Chappelle Show. And I loved when, I don't know if you guys have seen the new Chappelle. Yeah, we talked about that shit. What I'm talking about. The new Chappelle thing, and he said that Key and Peele been doing his shit for like the last, 3 years?
Yeah. It's true, though.
Awesome.
It is true.
Loved it. That is the best. Yeah. That's the best moment of the, the stand up for me, man. For him to say that, because I was like, yeah, that's roughly what's going on here, Big exit.
I think
ahead of the. Yeah.
Oh no, I think the best on the stand up was the second one when he was talking about Lil Wayne in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, man.
And then when he's the detective, Lil Wayne.
Yeah. I think so, man. I mean, that the second one came and it was coming and going for me. Yeah. But I definitely, that first one was on point, man. That motherfucker talk about the Care Bear stare. That shit had me dying, bro. He said, we call it the Care Bear stare.
All right, I gotta jump off, y'all.
All right, man. Yeah, no, we'll go ahead and close it up right here. But I know you gotta go, man. But I want to thank Evan and Jay of the E&J show for being on the show, man. Evan, I understand if you gotta go, bro. Appreciate you being on as always, man. Jay, finally got your voice on here all the way from the pilot episode. You know what I mean?
I know. When my phone fell out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys definitely need to work on trying to get that show off the ground, man. I'm behind you guys 1,000%, man. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in to the Romey-Mak 2 Cents content period. But definitely check out this episode and look forward to more episodes and things of that nature, man. Fellas, hope you guys obviously have a good night, man. And we'll get up together soon. Love you guys, man. Vegas trip, we got to make it happen sometime in the near future.
Yes.
So, we'll be in touch with that. But we're gonna go ahead and close out. Anything you guys want to say to your fans before we close out?
I'm just saying, E&J is coming soon for sure. We just got to coordinate it. I know we got busy lives, Evan, but every time I look at the page, we got someone else checking it out. So I think it's time to do at least our first episode.
Right.
Yeah, something's got to happen. Because I put a video out a couple of days ago, man. I got 3,000 hits, 3,000 views, and 80-something shares, man. So we can definitely do it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
You got like one. Yeah, for sure.
I got 2 fucking views for the shit I've been putting out. So that's amazing.
And I'm always there sharing it, man, and no one likes it. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
They don't like black people. That's fine. I blame Trump.
I mean, man.
Oh, stupid, man. All right, man. But hey, Rip Chop, man. It was.
Yeah.
That was this month, man. 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, good things. I feel like it's going to be good. Once we all link up together, it's for a reason. So we need to start getting our shit out to the public, man.
Definitely, man. Yeah, well, fellas, I'm letting y'all go on that note. Again, check out for the E&J show in the future. This is Romey-Mak, and we out.
Out.
Now, you can't just